Welcome to Dalbora. At Dalbora, we pride ourselves on high levels of customer service, safe work practices and a commitment to protecting the environment. We encourage work practices that protect you and others from injury, but also prevent longer-term damage to health. Before you start any work, there are a few things we need you to complete. Firstly, if you are a boat owner working on your own boat in a boatyard, we require you to complete the Boating Industry Association training course, known as the BIA Marine Card. This course is available online and takes around 90 minutes to complete. We also need you to review and understand our site rules and acknowledge our terms and conditions. If you are a contractor, you may have already completed the BIA Marine Card training course and uploaded your insurances and licenses to your profile. When you log in at one of our sites, we will be able to view and approve your documents. If you don't have a Marine Card profile, you'll need to provide a copy of all relevant insurances, plus any high-risk licenses or certificates. If you are working within an area that has a traffic management plan, such as a boatyard or where forklifts operate, we may provide a high-vis vest that needs to be worn at all times. Noise from power tools is generally not permitted before 7 AM on weekdays and 8 AM on Saturdays, with no noise allowed on Sundays. Any noisy work must cease before 6 PM and by 1 PM on Saturdays. Each marina and boatyard has its own operating hours that may vary from summer to winter, so please speak with the person in charge. Please do not allow unauthorised persons into the site using your own access key. Appropriate personal protective equipment, or PPE, must be worn according to the work tasks. As a minimum, this includes enclosed shoes or safety boots and adequate sun protection. Working in vests and thongs is never allowed. Some activities require dedicated safety and environmental controls and may require a work permit. These are activities of a high-risk nature and include any work at heights, such as using elevated work platforms, accessing roofs, or work up the masts or on flybridges of yachts. Excavation that is close to or may impact on gas, fuel, or electricity services. Hot work, where there is a risk of creating a fire from welding, grinding, or use of oxyacetylene equipment. Spray painting within a boatyard, such as when applying coatings to a stern drive or a sail drive leg. It's worth mentioning here that the spraying of anti-foul onto the hulls of boats is not allowed at Dalbora boatyards. Other high-risk works that may require a permit include fuel system repairs, electrical, diving and any confined spaces entry, grit or other forms of blasting, and the removal or disturbances of asbestos. All of these activities are classified as high-risk work and require a safe work method statement that describes the process in stages and the controls that are used for each stage of work. Our team will review the method statement with you and ensure you have access to all relevant information, such as drawings and isolation points before you start work. For some works, it will be necessary for you to submit SWIMs for approval prior to a project commencing. Before we look at some common risks, let's talk about our clean marinas and fish-friendly accreditation. Dalbora has committed to protecting the pristine environment in which we operate and share with others. This not only includes preventing water pollution, but also includes dust, other air emissions and noise. Any waste must be either taken away or disposed of in the facilities provided. Let's look at some common risks around our boatyards and throughout the marina. Interaction between machinery and pedestrians is a significant risk, and so site rules are in place. Observe and respect any signage or line markings and keep clear of moving plant. Always wear your high-vis vest in designated areas, and if instructed to wear a hard hat, please do so until safe to remove. Remember that machinery operators have restricted vision and are concentrating on the load rather than you. Never place yourself underneath a suspended load. Always establish eye contact and permission from the driver before passing close to moving machinery, especially when hearing protection has been worn. If you are bringing your own mobile plant onto the site, including workboats, all operators must carry the relevant licenses or qualifications. When a boat is placed on the yard, we install props and stands according to the manufacturer's design and specifications. Under no circumstances are boat stands, keel blocks, cradles or restraint chains to be removed or relocated without express permission and assistance of the boatyard manager. Guard wires and safety lines fitted to most boats are designed for use at sea, not above concrete pontoons or boatyards. Rotating machinery can grab and throw you off balance, creating a risk of falls. All Dalbora boatyards have proper ladders and access equipment for working at heights and accessing the decks of boats. Please discuss your requirements prior to undertaking of work from ladders or other platforms, as equipment can be loaned or hired. Work from the upper decks of boats, masts or flybridge roofs have similar risks and harnesses are often required. For any system used, ensure the design prevents falls rather than acts as a fall arrest system. Electricity has its own unique risks when working on the marina. Most power tools are double insulated and when dropped into salt water will not usually trip the RCD safety switch. If you need to recover a drop tool, ensure the electricity supply is isolated first. Better still, only use battery packed tools when working close to water. If you do need to use mains powered tools, please ensure they have a current test tag and any extension leads are heavy duty. Risks from using chemicals are often misunderstood, and the latest signage and labels are designed to overcome this. All products should have this type of label or a safety data sheet. Always take note of the hazard pictograms, warning words and hazard statements, along with reviewing the first aid measures prior to using any chemical. Anti-fouling paints and products such as prop speed can have significant health risks, especially to those with regular exposure, so ensure the correct protective equipment is worn. If you are bringing chemicals onto the site, please ensure you have access to a safety data sheet and confirm that the chemicals or substances are permitted for use. For any mechanical works, especially on vessels that are afloat, you will need to ensure that no water pollution occurs. Switch off all automatic bilge pumps, use vacuum extraction pumps to remove any fluids, and keep all liquids in closed containers. Dalbora has obligations under leases and licenses that restrict the types of work to the exterior of vessels. Prior to performing any sanding, grinding or fibreglass or similar repairs, you should speak with the marina and find out what is allowed and where. In any event, debris must not enter the marine waters and vacuum extraction tools or other dust containment measures will be required. When working within the boatyard, dry sanding of anti-foul is never allowed. It goes without saying that skin cancers caused by working outdoors are a significant risk. The SunSmart app can help with identifying the UV risk for the day and reminders to reapply sunscreen. It's important that in the event of any emergency, you call the marina office so that we can call emergency services or provide the assistance required. If you find yourself or someone else in the water, please don't panic. Your best escape route is to find a ladder at the back of a boat or simply hold on to something until someone can help. This is especially relevant in winter months where the risk of cold shock can cause breathing and heart problems. If the emergency is a fire or if there is a risk of an explosion, such as from a petrol leak or LPG, ensure anyone at risk is evacuated to a safe location. Each marina has its own emergency assembly area or evacuation point, so become familiar with its location from the evacuation diagram. If you decide to have a go at fighting a fire with extinguishers or hose reels, only do this if you are upwind of any smoke, understand how to use the equipment and are trained in its use. Please remember that the smoke and fumes from burning boats or chemicals is highly toxic and a significant risk to your health. All Dalbora locations operate under leases and licenses, and all sites in New South Wales have an environmental protection licence. If you cause or observe any kind of spill or pollution, you must report this to the office or reception immediately for record keeping. Our teams are trained in dealing with spills and a variety of equipment is available. We will assist you with the best method of response. All incidents resulting in damage or injury must be reported to reception or the boatyard manager. Please report any dumping of waste, spillage of chemicals or other pollution that could lead to a complaint being made or our response plan being activated. Our members and guests are of great importance to our business, so there are a few housekeeping points that need to be raised. Smoking is a personal choice. We simply ask that you use any dedicated smoking areas or move off the site. Please ensure any butts are extinguished and placed in a general waste bin. We aim to provide a friendly and respectful workplace for anyone who visits or stays with us. Dalbora considers workplace harassment, discrimination or bullying to be unacceptable behaviour that will not be tolerated under any circumstances. Working under the influence of drugs or alcohol is in contradiction with our work health safety policy and is strongly discouraged. Please respect any site rules, signage or advice provided by our teams. If you need assistance with finding a place to unload tools or equipment or somewhere to park, the office can usually assist. In the interest of providing a high level of security, our marinas have a network of CCTV. Please note that although we provide security, you are still responsible for any work tools or personal valuables whilst on site and should immediately report any theft of these. Dalbora wish to ensure the safety of all persons, contractors, employees, boat owners and the public whilst on our sites. Thanks for your attention and we look forward to working with you soon.